What's up, everybody? If you're new here, I'm Jacob. I talk a little bit about everything: self-improvement, careers, financial literacy, relationships, technology. So if you like that kind of thing, subscribe. For now, I want to shoot the breeze with you on: will colleges eventually collapse? If you've been on this channel for a little while, you know that I got laid off back in March of 2024, and I decided to take some time off to enjoy my summer and then pivot all my tech skills into studying generative AI architecture. Been learning a lot about this technology, and I gotta tell you, what I'm seeing does not bode well for college. Because number one, I've already talked in a previous video about one of the big problems is the student loan debt. And with the student loan debt, a lot of the degrees that they're giving out just are not worth the debt that you accrue for the eventual salary that you're going to get. And STEM was kind of the safe place to be in: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and to some degree law and medical. But it's bearing out that even tech is not looking so hot. And I stumbled across a video that shows a school in Austin, Texas. I'll put the link in the description below, but don't watch it now. Watch me first, of course. But they're already experimenting with using AI to cover the 3 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic, just the core basic curriculum. And then throughout the rest of the day, it's only 2 hours a day, which is shocking. That just tells you how inefficient education is in general. But then the rest of the day, they focus on soft skills, collaboration, entrepreneurship, trades, to give the kids a little taste of where they may want to go. And granted, this is a private school, and these students are obviously have parents that are well off, but this is the direction things are going to go, trust me. So yeah, automating a lot of education. And then this morning I was watching a video of a creator, and he was talking about how he was learning how to day trade, didn't know how to day trade. So he asked ChatGPT how to day trade, and he started studying it. And then now he's using the AI to do stock analysis by putting in screenshots of his stock picks. And the analysis he was getting back was pretty good. And I'll tell you, I've spent good money myself learning how to analyze stocks and pick cryptos and all kinds of other stuff. And your boy, he does okay. Pretty happy about where Bitcoin is recently, because we cracked the mythical 100K resistance line. And if you know what I'm talking about, you just know. But anyway, the idea that colleges, I think, are going to eventually deflate or be put out of business, because you basically can just ask the AI how to learn something. Now, granted, you've got trade schools and things like that. In the old days, which I think was what we're going to get back to, is the mentoring system, where in the old days, let's say, for example, you're in the 1700s and you want to learn a trade. You just go to the local, let's say, master carpenter and say, yeah, I want to be a mentor. And then, he's going to figure out what kind of grit you have, if you really have a love for it or what you know already, and see if, you're trainable. That's the key thing. If you can actually be taught. A lot of knuckleheads sometimes. But then you would basically be that if you got accepted, you'd be that carpenter's bitch for decades, just learning everything in and out. And if you didn't have any sons, maybe you would inherit the business, or he'd eventually trust you to the point to actually run the business, alongside his sons, all that stuff. Yeah, so I think we're going to probably start to see heavy mentorship come back. But something else a lot of people don't talk about, because AI, I've seen AI absolutely destroy a lot of jobs. Like even in tech, what I've been seeing is that a lot of entry-level jobs are going away. A lot of busy work is going away, repetitive work going away, and even to a degree, mid-level jobs are disappearing. And as a result, I'm seeing some of those entry, because you got to still tell the AI to do the entry-level stuff, so they just kind of fold that into a mid-level job, and then some of the senior level stuff, they kind of put that on the mid-level person. And so you kind of have like these complex problem solvers that are like in the mid-level range. They can use the AI tools, but they still understand how a lot of stuff works, how the engineering works, and they can use these tools to help them expand their capability. Unfortunately, the other side effect is I'm seeing the salaries shrink and normalize, but a lot of that too is because of the hiring frenzy during COVID. And there was a couple changes in the tax law, to be honest, where the companies, they can't write off everything under R&D like they used to in 1 year. So anyway, that's kind of where we are with AI is starting to take a lot of jobs away. That's the short-term pain. But honestly, I think the long-term pain is going to be, the old adage, new technology, new problems. And so that means there's going to be new jobs that are going to be created. We don't know what those jobs are. And, I think there's going to be a massive job explosion once we really understand what this AI thing's going to do for us in the long term. Because like even in the early days of the .com era, there wasn't e-commerce, and they tried so hard to make that work. They just couldn't get their head around it. And there were also scaling problems where they just couldn't get the web servers to handle all the traffic, and they were still punching in credit card numbers by hand. So yeah, a lot of automation and technologies kind of came into play to where now we enjoy the benefits of e-commerce that we have today. And you just think of the number of jobs that got absolutely decimated by e-commerce, automation, web 2.0 going to web 3.0, all that stuff. And it all ended up becoming very lucrative for the companies and creating lots of other kinds of jobs. So we're just kind of going through this discovery phase where, in fact, I've mentioned it 1 or 2 times on this channel. I think we're in an AI bubble, and that's just a healthy course of technology where you're going to have all these companies, you got all this hype, AI, oh, we can lay off this person, get rid of that, increase our profits here. They're going to find out they're going to have to bring all these people back for new jobs, new problems to solve. And so that's the long-term effect, is I think that we're all going to eventually benefit from the AI technology, but we just don't know what those jobs are going to be yet. And like even in this short phase that we're in, or the early days, that we are already, there's already 2 jobs that I've seen that have been created directly from artificial intelligence. And one of those is the AI ethicist, which is an interesting job that I'm seeing on some of the teams that I'm being trained that you're going to have to form as an architect. And basically, and I'm oversimplifying, what the ethicist does is comes into the team and says, yeah, just because we can do this, should we really, have we really checked to make sure that this AI doesn't have like some kind of bias built into it because of the data we trained it on? There's some interesting stories on that have been floating around where I saw a documentary, maybe it was like 4 years ago. I can't remember it now, but I'll put it in the description later, where this girl discovered that AI face recognition wasn't working well for her. And it turned out that all these big companies, I think it was Microsoft or Google, I can't remember which one, but the data sets they trained their AIs on for face recognition, they were all Caucasian faces. So the AI did not do as well with recognizing people of color and other ethnicities. And so they started deploying this technology, and the UK government used it to track terrorists. And they were like pulling people off the street in some 1984 crazy shit, thinking that they were like this terrorist, when it turned out that like it was just some regular dude, and the AI misconstrued this person as a known terrorist. So just problems like that. The other job is the governance, AI governance. where basically it makes sure that you're compliant of international rules, you're following data rules correctly, because different countries have different rules about where you can store your data, how it can move around between systems. You have medical privacy compliance, all kinds of stuff. And so a lot of companies are embroiled in lawsuits because they're just like, oh, we'll just take data from wherever, from hither, from thither, and just throw it at the AI, and it's not going to matter. So yeah, lots of interesting problems are popping up because of this new technology. So all I say is have faith. You may lose your job to AI in the short term, but if you are not learning how to use generative AI as a tool right now, you're behind. You really need to learn how to use generative AI at the very least to learn how to write or figure out problems. I'm like, even on this channel, it may not look like it, but I actually employ a lot of AI to help me write the descriptions, do the chapters, figure out titles, thumbnail phrases, and there's still a lot more that I want to do with AI, but I just don't really have the time yet. But I'm just, following that 1% rule, where like every video that I upload, or every week, I'm just trying to improve my game a little bit every week. So just something to think about. And getting back to what I was talking about in education, colleges and that school using AI to train kids, there's just going to be a lot of skill sets that you're going to need to learn, to where you can not only ask the AI to teach you something, but then once you learn it, use the AI to execute on these things that you've learned, to do them better. So you grow along with the knowledge that the generative AI contains. And when I'm talking about AI, I'm speaking mostly about ChatGPT, Claude, and if you're in the know, there's also Llama too, where you can host your own AIs on your own systems. But that's kind of the big boy stuff, where it's going to take a little bit of hardware to do that. But for now, you can just use ChatGPT and get along with that. So anyway, digging further into the problem, I also wanted to talk a little bit about the soft skill thing. In addition to learning AI as a tool to enhance your creativity and problem-solving skills, there are just some things that AI cannot do at the moment, which I won't get into terrible detail because of upcoming technologies and automation. That gap will close. But for now, we're at the point in the current state of the technology where there's just some soft skills that AI is not going to be able to do. And a few of those things are going to be the complex capability of humans to solve new problems. Because what AI does is it helps solve or pull in information based on things that it's seen, problems that have already been solved before. So if you are learning basic problem solving and critical thinking skills, that's crucial. And to a degree, it's even arguable today, does college really teach you critical thinking? Because wokeness is seeped in, and there's a lot of useless degrees on like underwater lesbian welding and all kinds of weird random, and I made that up, but you get my point. And also human empathy. AI is not capable of empathy. And there's just a lot of times when you're dealing with somebody on the phone, or a salesperson, or you're in a team and you're a leader. Empathy is a very important skill to have. So, learning that human empathy is really critical. And the reason why I bring it up is because we're also kind of having another problem in society where a lot of kids, Gen Z, and I'm more really concerned about Alpha, is they're growing up on these phones, social media, and they're not getting exposed to enough situations where empathy helps solve problems, conflict, dating, building relationships, and that is really crucial in business. So if AI is going to take away all the like mundane, repetitive crap, and the only thing you have left is empathy, emotional intelligence, and critical problem solving skills, and you don't have those, you are cooked. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. It's about how college is kind of becoming obsolete. AI is going to fill in the gap. It's also the cause of the problem, but it's also going to be the tool that you're going to need to use to get ahead or stay relevant in the career or in the job market. So anyway, thanks for shooting the breeze with me. I really appreciate your guys' support. And until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Like, subscribe, and peace.